Have you ever looked back at your life and thought, I'm not the same person I used to be? That's exactly what happens for many people after they begin practicing Falun Gong. The before and after is often so striking that it feels like two completely different lives. Today I want to share with you what that transformation looks like. Not in abstract terms, but in real human stories. Part 1. Life before Falun Gong, the struggles we all know. Before practicing Falun Gong, many people describe their lives with similar words. Stressful, empty, sick, restless. Let's break this down. Physical health problems. Imagine Sarah, a 35-year-old office worker. Before Falun Gong, she struggled with chronic migraines and back pain from long hours at her desk. Medications offered only temporary relief. She felt trapped in a cycle of discomfort, emotional stress. Then there's David, a young father. His job in finance left him anxious and short-tempered. Even at home, he couldn't relax. He often snapped at his children, which left him with guilt but no real control over his reactions. A sense of emptiness. For Anna, life looked fine on the outside. A good job, friends, travel. But inside she felt something missing. Nights were often filled with scrolling through her phone, searching for meaning she couldn't quite name. These before situations are not unusual. They are human, common, and perhaps you even recognize yourself in them. Part 2. The turning point. Discovering Falun Gong. What's powerful about these stories is the moment of change. Sarah found Falun Gong when a colleague invited her to a local park to learn the exercises. She was skeptical, but something about the peaceful atmosphere drew her in. David came across an online video of the meditation and decided to give it a try, just for stress relief. Anna stumbled upon a Falun Dafa book at a community library. Curious, she started reading. In each case, the introduction was simple. No big ceremony, no expensive program, just a quiet encounter that would lead to deep transformation. Part 3. Life after Falun Gong. Physical transformation. The most immediate changes many practitioners report are physical. Sarah's story. Within weeks, Sarah noticed her migraines becoming less frequent. After months, they were almost gone. Her back pain also eased, and she found herself with more energy than she had in years. What amazed her most was that this came from gentle exercises, not medication. General observations. Many people report better sleep, improved digestion, and a stronger immune system. The body seems to reset, heal, and thrive when both movement and inner peace are practiced together. The after picture here is not just absence of illness, but the presence of health, vitality, lightness, and renewed confidence. Part 4. Emotional and mental transformation. Equally profound are the emotional shifts. David's story. Before Falun Gong, David lived in a constant state of stress. But after practicing the exercises and reading the teachings, he began to notice space between his thoughts and reactions. Instead of snapping at his kids, he paused. He listened. He responded with patience. His family noticed the change first. His wife told him, "You're calmer. The kids love being around you more." General observations. Practitioners often describe relief from anxiety, less anger, and greater resilience in facing challenges. Life's difficulties don't vanish, but the way people handle them transforms. The after here is peace. Not because life became perfect, but because the mind found balance. Part 5. Spiritual transformation. A deeper shift. Perhaps the most meaningful part of the before and after is spiritual. Anna's story. Reading Falun Dafa's teachings introduced Anna to the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. She realized her emptiness wasn't from lack of things, but from lack of connection to something higher. Practicing Falun Gong gave her a sense of direction, purpose, and meaning. General observations. For many, this is the most profound after. Life is no longer just about surviving or succeeding, but about becoming a better person, living by values, and feeling connected to the universe in a real way. The after here is spiritual richness, a heart filled with compassion, patience, and integrity. Part 6. The contrast before versus after. Let's pause and look at the contrast side by side. Before, pain, fatigue; after, health, vitality. Before, stress, anger; after, calm, patience. Before, emptiness, restlessness; after, meaning, connection. This before and after is not a theory. It is lived reality for millions worldwide. Part 7. A universal pattern of transformation. What's striking is that these stories come from people of all ages, backgrounds, and countries. In North America, practitioners often share about relief from workplace stress. In Asia, stories highlight healing from chronic illness. In Europe, many describe newfound meaning in modern, fast-paced lives. The pattern is the same. Falun Gong brings a holistic transformation that touches every layer of human life. Part 8. Why does this transformation happen? Why does Falun Gong bring such change? Gentle exercises. They open energy channels, improve circulation, and relax the body. Meditation. It calms the mind and heals stress. Moral teachings. Living by truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance reshapes daily life. Simplicity. Free, accessible, and practical. Falun Gong asks only for sincerity. Together, these elements create a foundation for deep healing and growth. Part 9. Reflections and lessons. Looking at these before and after stories, we learn something vital. Transformation is possible. Even when life feels stuck, change can come. The journey isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it begins with small daily practices. Standing exercises in a park, reading a book, sitting in meditation. But over time, those small steps open the door to big changes. So now the question is, what about you? What would your before and after look like if you gave Falun Gong a chance? Would you find more peace, more health, more meaning? I can't answer that for you, but I can invite you to try. Sparkles, if these stories inspired you, please like, subscribe, and share. And tell us in the comments, what transformation would you hope for in your own life?